Hey everyone, it's Joy here for Tailored Expressions, and I cannot wait to share these two cards with you today. Let's go over the products that we're going to be using. We have the Boho Botanicals stencil. And so as you can see, there's 4 stencils to this. And then there is the Foil-It Boho Botanicals that you will also use the stencil with this, but you'll have some foiled elements. And then the fun perforated paper. So I'm going to be stenciling on this as well. I'm also using some Toffee Cardstock, the Hello Lovely stamp and coordinating die, the Fun Foil Gold Shimmer, gold drip drops, and then for the inks that I'm going to be using, I have Raspberry Sorbet, Pink Champagne, Peaches and Cream, Banana Cream Pie, Granny Smith, and Oreo ink. So let's start with our perforated paper. I do have it trimmed down to an A2 size, and I do trim it down a little bit after I do the stenciling. I am starting with the first stencil. They are labeled numbered 1 through 4. I am starting with the Granny Smith ink for the greenery. And I wasn't sure what to expect when I was going to stencil on this, but after I pulled this first stencil away, I was in love with it already. And I cannot wait for you guys to see what this looks like when we're done. Then I am using the Pink Champagne on this card. When I do the next one with the Foil-It sheets, I am going to switch around the colors. I'm going to do the darker pink on this stencil number 2 and then the lighter pink on stencil number 3. So then I am using Raspberry Sorbet, and when I'm ink blending, I like to ink blend a little bit darker at the base of the flowers and then go softer towards the tips of the petals. I just like that look. I feel like it makes it a bit more interesting and not so flat. Then I have Peaches and Cream and Banana Cream Pie that I'm going to add with this 4th and final stencil. And at the end of the video, I will show this at normal speed. We can really take a look at the card, so definitely hang on for that. I wasn't sure which card was going to be my favorite because I love foil. I love gold foil. I think it's gorgeous. But I have to say, I think I love this perforated card more. Okay, so in my Minc machine, I'm using the gold shimmer foil with the Foil-It sheet. And so now we've got this beautiful gold foiled background, and we're going to stencil exactly the same. Other than, like I mentioned, I'm going to switch the colors just a little bit. I'm obviously keeping the same colors that I'm using, but I'm going to switch which flowers are colored which way. So I'm lining up my stencil number 1, which is the greenery, coming back in with that Granny Smith, and I'm going to ink blend over using the blender brushes. And like I mentioned, I really love foil, and so I think this card turned out gorgeous. I love the little foiled accents that are in and on the flowers and the leaves. I think they turned out so lovely. So these flowers I am doing in Raspberry Sorbet instead of Pink Champagne. I started with Pink Champagne and then I changed my mind. And then the next stencil, I will use the Pink Champagne. So a little bit darker again at the base of the petals and then going lighter towards the tips of the petals. Then I will be using the Peaches and Cream and Banana Cream Pie in the same exact spots of the 4th stencil. So let's get those stenciled. Then the sentiments that I'm using again are from the Hello Lovely stamp set. I'm going to stamp 2 of the sentiments using some black ink. Isn't that so pretty? In my Misti, I do have the little foam insert from the Misti taken out because these are red rubber stamps, so they're thicker and you don't need that foam insert. I am going to ink these up with Oreo ink a couple times so I can get a nice, good, crisp black image. And then I'm using the coordinating dies to die cut these out, so I'm going to tape those dies in place with some low tack tape. And then I can run that through my die cut machine, and then I'm going to have both of my sentiments for both of my cards. So let me run that through. Now I'm going to add some liquid glue behind that perforated paper, and I'm also going to use my finger to kind of smear it because I don't want a bunch of dots of glue. And then I'm adhering that to an A2 size piece of Toffee Cardstock and then just pressing that down gently. So I did trim that panel down slightly smaller than an A2 size, which measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I have some foam sticky strips behind my sentiments, and I'm going to place those down. That first one says, wishing you a wonderful day, and this one says, you make the world a better place. And then I want to finish off my card with some gold drip drops, and then we can take a look at how beautiful these stencils are. I love the layout of them, and then that perforated paper. So here's our foiled one, which foiling is always gorgeous. It's very elegant, it's very elevated, and I love gold foil everything. But I have to say, I think this is my favorite card. Look at that perforated paper. It looks like it's a cross stitch on there. I absolutely love it. Thank you for stopping by and watching. You can find all of these products at the Tailored Expressions web store at tailoredexpressions.com.